Y'all already know it's the Third Party Podcast.
We got Brandon Chastang, a.k.a. B.Mcfly. Yes, sir.
What? I'm really going to come out with this beat one time. You know I am.
You keep acting like you going stop
You know the ad-lib. Yeah.
The boy pump faking.
You know what it is. That's how they got to be. Oh, what? You know what it is. Y'all already know it's the Third Party Podcast. It's me, Muslim Kason, the Muslim Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Night Night, a.k.a. Mr. NyQuil, a.k.a. Mr. Sleepy Time, and I'm here with Ryan DeVoe, a.k.a. The Matrix, a.k.a. Coffee Bowl, a.k.a. Darkness Says, a.k.a. The Old Man, a.k.a. The Man from the Hood, the Myth, the Legend, Ryan DeVoe.
We gonna keep rocking. We gonna keep rocking. You know what I mean,
you like that one, huh?
Yeah,
that joke was hot.
It's like bring your teenage son to work day.
You know, hey, that's what it is. You know, and it's like bring your grandfather to work. You know, that's how it is.
Hey, Third Party Podcast, man. Hey, we got something lined up nice, man.
I'm gonna say he the hood Martin Luther King.
Hood Martin Luther King.
He the hood. How about he the E. Thompson? He the hood E. Thompson.
Listen. We got Brandon Chastang.
Yes, sir.
A.k.a. B.Mcfly.
You guys work well together. I ain't gonna lie.
Appreciate it.
I mean, West Philly native.
Big West Side, man.
Author, entrepreneur, speaker, activist, actor, mental health advocate. You know what I mean? All around good guy,
Ritz Crackers connoisseur.
Hey, he did have a sleep. Hey, we had like a little pre-call earlier, and we all on FaceTime. This man pulled out a sleeve.
The way he did it, though, he was like this. He was like, yeah, that's right. And he just doing this.
It was a whole sleeve of Ritz Cracker
unopened. Man. I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Like, where's the rest of the box?
I said respect.
Yeah. What's good with you, brother?
Yo, man, I'm happy to be here.
Fun fact, man, we from the same hood.
Yes.
Dang. Same hood, man.
Same hood.
West Philly, you know what I mean? Olive Street, bro.
My pop lived in them. It was back and forth, but then he resigned in the middle of the block.
Listen.
Hey, shout out to y'all for being the excellence that got out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen. So I'll be trying to tell this boy, man, like it's real.
It's super
real. I don't. I mean, you do a much better job of painting that picture.
I did the backwards. I went backwards. So I started doing the right thing and kind of like in and out, playing both sides of the fence. I graduated from college May 2nd, 2004, and then I got shot July 4th, 2004. And when I got shot, that's when life kind of like reversed now. Just growing up, fighting.
Yeah.
A lot of fights, man.
You throwing them hands?
I got heart to throw them.
I think when you say where you from, like you gotta
listen, man. Like you ain't gotta be a tough guy. Just don't be a punk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
As far as the trauma, how did you deal with it? Is it dealt with to the point where it's over, or is it something that you still are battling? You
gonna use the trauma, or you gonna utilize the trauma?
Right.
People use trauma, and then guess what happens? They find themselves falling short by yourself, trying to pick yourself up. When you utilize the trauma, now it's more so like, okay, everything that I've been through, my parents are dead. My father passed away, my mother passed away, my step-parents passed away, grandparents passed away. I got to utilize that trauma to figure out what can I do that they didn't do.
Right.
And trauma comes in like a bunch of different ways. And I know for me, especially my relative trauma, I went to, drinking but also still working out. Like I was partying and all that other stuff, but I was also still working out. And so, of course, the boxing is what made it pivot to, I got to stop doing it because I couldn't do both.
When I got shot, I got addicted to percocets real bad. I'm talking about for 14 years of my life, I destroyed everything, right? And when I went to rehab, just to sum it up, going to rehab, I had to be a student to sobriety, but I also had to learn about mental health and actually go get help for it.
Right.
So the sobriety, the mental health, now it's practicing. It's like your character has to represent mental health in a positive way and sobriety.
Right.
So my last resort before I went to actually go get help for my drug addiction, I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to die. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to by dumping pills over and over again, and it didn't work. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala I used to beg him like, yo, listen, please don't wake me up the next day because I am no good.
Were you born Muslim?
No.
When did you become Muslim?
I want to say 04.
04?
Yeah.
When did you become Muslim, right?
Who, me?
You've been Muslim all your life though, right?
No,
You would think so.
no.
The man is known throughout the Muslim community.
Probably
I could shake.
I could have sworn you was Muslim on the block.
Probably 2000. I was actually in the army when I took Shahada.
Okay.
I was in the army when I took Shahada.
What brought you to Islam? What brought you to Islam?
Man, being a follower, actually. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna be transparent. I was being a follower. It looked fly.
Listen, I'm a whole hafiz, and I talk about being drunk in a club and all that. This is what the podcast is. We ain't trying to sugarcoat because there's some kids out there that need this.
Yeah, and Philadelphia is a well-known Islamic city.
Right.
And living in West Philly, you see all the Muslim brothers on 52nd Street. You see everybody come home from jail. They got a look, they got a flow, they got a way of like operating. And it was just like, that's what's getting all the attention. Right. And that I tried, swag. It was like a Muslim swag because back in the early 2000s, Muslim swag was like totally in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about to the
cut off pants,
yes,
oversized t-shirts.
I'm talking about tying your
leather
boots
socks.
up tight, tying your boots up super tight, like you know what I'm saying, like beards, just like it was a swag, man. The oils. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things where I'm looking, and then everybody that was coming home from jail, it's like, they Muslim, and it's like they got that tough Islamic way about them.
Just the discipline was attractive. Like all that, man. The
working out.
The collectiveness. The brotherhood.
There you go. It was all of that. All that was attractive.
Yeah, during that time, man. I mean, it was just, and it was like all the cool guys was Muslim. Yeah. All the people that got the respect. The women got the respect. You know what I mean? So
y'all got a whole different perspective of what Islam is. Because I grew up in it, right? Yeah. My father being an imam and all that. Islam wasn't really cool to me. It was just a culture. It literally was like the same way when people Christian, they're like, yeah, it's Christmas. Like it was just what we do. Like you don't really know the significance of it, but you just do it because that's what we do. And that's how Islam was for me. And when I hear y'all talk about it, it's like it's a beauty to it that I never experienced.
Yeah, because you was born into it.
I just looked at it like, all
it's
right,
a way of life.
Yeah, like
which it is.
I don't remember nothing but a ak and a thobe and all that. So it was never cool to me. It was just like it was corny to me.
Okay, I got
you. It was corny to try to look because for me it was like I look Arab, right? And I ain't want to look.
Bro,
Arab.
You don't look Arab, dog.
Hear me out. It was dressing like an Arab at the time. Okay. It was like, yo,
you used to wear one of them long dresses.
Yeah, yo, I used to
you wear them long dresses.
Long dresses with a kufi. I hated kufis because I got a peanut head. You know what I'm saying? I hated the leather socks because they was hot in the summer. It was not swag to us. It was like, like you wearing a thobe.
It's crazy because growing up,
with thobes.
I remember the one Muslim family on the corner of the block.
Okay.
Eastwood and there was a one Muslim family in our neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and they just stood out. You know what I mean? And the girls wear kimars and they wear kufis. And it was just...
It's something beautiful about Islam, boy.
It is, though.
Something beautiful.
It is.
So did you find, going back to your, the trauma and the depression and things like that, did you find the masjid a sense of safety? Or did you find actual Islam, like being in the house, talking to Allah, talking to God, a form of safety?
So it was jail.
Okay.
Jail. Once I actually got locked up, so I got locked up in New York. And I was on the island for a while. And I seen how the Muslims were in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was already Muslim, but I wasn't like a practicing, fearing Muslim.
Right.
And once I seen how the Muslims were there opposed to Philadelphia, I said, wow. Now, I'm not talking about, the fruit of Islam or God body or, I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause in New York, it's all types of stuff.
There's a lot of everything
everywhere.
Yeah.
In prison, is everything.
But the Muslims that were, following the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was like, wow, I kind of like these Muslims out here than in Philly. Because in Philly, somebody will kill you.
Right.
While you offering salat, like they don't care. But in New York, it's like, what? How dare you go against any Muslim?
Right.
You will get stoned out here or in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stoned.
Word.
That's a tough one right there.
So kind of pivoting a little bit to some other things. Like, what do you? So right now you do a lot of stuff.
I do.
You I see you speaking.
Yeah.
See you in the streets, being an activist.
Yeah.
I see you acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you think are like? What's some of the significant things that happened to get you to the point where you are today?
Once I realized that I am the man of the family. I mean, my mother had me at 15, so she only had 2 kids. Right. However, my grandmother raised me. Now, in this process from 2014, I got sober in 2018. My mother's dead. My stepfather's dead. My father used to sell me pills at one point. I'm like, yo, I got to do something different. I have children. I got to, when I get out of rehab, like I have to be the person that kind of like shift the narrative. I got to create skits so I can draw the people in. Once I create the skits that draw the people in, now I can speak my transparency. Because it's a difference between being honest and being transparent. A lot of people are honest. Oh, I used to be a bad guy. That's honest. No, getting details on what you used to do. You know what I'm saying? Getting details on how you used to be. Because when you speak in details now, it shows the character.
Right.
That was my goal. So I created my skits, and that's when everything started to change, man.
What if I air you out with positivity? What if I strip the negativity away from you? What if I strip the ignorance away from you? What if I strip you from mental slavery? You know what this book? Applied knowledge is power. So what you gonna do? You gonna kill me when I'm trying to help you? You gonna kill me? Put it down. Put it down. You can live longer with this book. Save your family. Save you. Be the person that they don't want us to be. You can do it, man. You go out there and save the world now. Do it.
As far as social media is concerned, you hit this point of becoming viral or virality.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like?
I thought so I did my first skit, man, and I had everybody in the hood, man, and I'm like, yo, I got power. Like I didn't realize how powerful I was, where I can have everybody in the hood, like and like do something, right, off of one iPhone. And but before I did that, I went in the bathroom and I created a skit in the bathroom. And I had some bars, they look like gel bars. And I told my son, yo, listen, hold the gel bars and I'm gonna act like I'm in jail. I made the bathroom I hooked the bathroom up like it was in jail, right? And that's what, made me go viral. And my son laughed at me like, Dad, what you think, you gonna pop off? Yeah, look at me now, son.
Shout out to son.
Yeah, shout out to the hating son.
Shout out
to my oldest hating son.
So that was like your viral moment?
Yeah, well, when I first came home, I did that first skit that, yo, what's up, gangster? You want to be a gangster? Well, this is where gangsters live at. Right. Everybody thought I had life. I'm talking about, that's how I knew it was powerful. I'm talking like on Facebook, it probably went about 10 million.
Right.
On Instagram, it went crazy. People hitting me up. I'm like, yo, I'm rich. I'm up. yo, I'm about to have money coming in, all these views. Nah, it don't work out that way.
Being a black father, how you feel your approach to social media and everything, you know, to your son, to kids who look up to you?
You know what, man? And like I said, I love being transparent, right? So I have a son that's like, you know, at one point in time, he in and out, right? You know, you want to flirt with the streets, the allure of the streets. It's like it's fascinating. It looks good. It feels good. And I'm not one of those guys. If I can get on my phone and get in front of these cameras and speak to kids about, yo, you need to stop doing this, then I can put my son on Front Street too.
As transparent as you are here, do you feel like you was transparent in the house? Because I only asked that because, you know, growing up, I have no street, you know, life or anything like that. I grew up a privileged kid, but I did feel like sometimes my father wasn't the same person in the house. And I feel like, you know, so many people looked up to him, but it took me a while to really even relate myself to my father for a long time. Do you feel like you present that same B.Mcfly in the house?
Yeah, absolutely. I live by this rule, right? Action speaks louder than words, but I extended it and say character speaks louder than action. So whatever your character is when you're behind closed doors, that's who you are in real life.
Right.
So my son, you know, not only do I put my son on Front Street and say, yo, I need help with my boy, man, because he, you know, losing it, I also talk to him in the house. Right. I'm also leading by example. I'm not using drugs. I'm not telling him, well, yo, you can sell drugs, right? I'm doing all of these things. So it was harder. Right. Because my son's sitting back like, well, I like the old McFly.
He like the cool, laid back McFly.
The one that was driving in the 750, and I had a couple ounces and pounds in the back of my car.
He was cool.
I was cool. But once we started living with each other, it's like, yo, son, I don't really want you to have a bunch of girls running up in the house.
Right.
And everybody used to look at me like I was corny. Like, yo, B, you wasn't on that type of time. But listen, you don't understand. You laid up, man. That's how you get kids. Right. You laid up, that's how you get diseases.
With the wrong person.
With the wrong person at that.
That's one of the things that, you know, we kind of talked about this a little bit on our pre-call, just really being in a position to relate to young people, to our kids, be tangible. Yeah. And I think being intentional about the type of relationships with hope. Like we could hope we have a good relationship with the youth, with the kids, or we could actually do something about it. So I mean, I applaud you for what you do, man, because when I watch like the videos and the skits, man, I see people relating to the passion, to the realness. You know, like you bring a sense of real to the skits that, you know, like you can't fake that. Yeah. Like you can't.
Ain't no faking.
You know, I can never do what you do.
I can't do what you do.
Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I can never be like, I always tell him like, it's certain kids that can never relate to me. Because it's like, yo, I'm like the Brady Bunch of them kids. But the same thing with, you know, I'm pretty sure the same vice versa with you is kids that can't relate to you because they just never lived their life. They never seen anything like that. And we need people like you know, me, Rod, the same way. Rod has a life the same way. Like, do you feel like how many kids you got?
I have 4.
Do you feel like all your kids are like your oldest?
Not at all. It's one of those things where, I'm sorry. It's one of those things where out of the bunch, they're not gonna all be the same. My oldest son is kind of like faced with an identity crisis. And that's normally what it is. He jumped off the porch late too at that. Like you jumped off the porch after high school. Normally when people jump off the porch, they like 13, 11.
That kind of sound like your story a little bit, right? You got a slogan is, I don't want to kill you, I want to heal with you.
That's a fact.
Talk about the power of that and where that came from.
Being a black man and the beard, right? Because when you're a black man, intelligent, smart black man with a beard, I'm talking about dark skin, brown skin, it's a sense of fear. We give off this flamboyant way, and it's just really just our swag, our approach, right? And people are afraid of that. And it's like, yo, our voice, the way we look.
Let me just touch on that before that, right? As far as the whole, I know for us, we joke about complexion in a way of like, yeah, we just, all right, somebody's darker and everything. And You know what's crazy? Being real relevant, like it really comes from systemic racism and self-hate.
They call it post-traumatic stress disorder, but it's really post-traumatic slave disorder.
For real, like the whole, porch, you a porch Negro and all of that other stuff. It really come from that, and still to this day, I grew up always somebody being super black. Wesley Snipes.
He didn't call
Eddie
me black
Murphy.
about 1,000 times.
Yeah,
But you there too.
Exactly.
Listen, bro.
And I don't care.
And I don't either.
And I know this the thing. I know me and him the same complexion. It's just funny to me.
No, we darker, but you
But
want
the
us
same,
though.
it's the same complexion.
You want us.
And the crazy, but
You
know
out
what
in
the
the
crazy
fields
thing
too,
is?
bro.
I had to learn how to really appreciate my blackness.
And I did too, growing
You know what I
up.
mean?
Because
I really
as a kid,
had
I did in the '80s. I mean, I'll be sure and all them guys they were the ones.
Listen, it was not cool.
It's
to
crazy.
be
Yeah, it
dark
wasn't
skinned
cool
back
to
in
be
the
dark
day.
skinned
It's
back in the
crazy
day.
because you had Dave Chappelle. You had Dave Chappelle really talking about Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes, and I'm like, all of y'all the same complexion, but it was just it's like a
Who's a
black
little
thing. To be
darker,
like
who's a little-
you one shade darker, so you black as night.
Yeah.
You one shade darker, so you look like
I wish I was darker.
armor.
Listen,
I ain't gonna lie.
I wish I was darker.
I ain't gonna lie.
all day, bro.
I wish I was black. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Listen, how about this? Right? The stereotype of, good hair,
Yeah.
good complexion, everything. It come from that.
So look,
Unfortunately, that's
look.
from my daughter.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Musa got some issues around.
Oh yeah,
colorism,
for
bro.
sure. Around
seriously.
colorism, no, that's
he
real.
got
though.
some issues around
That's
it.
real though.
And-
But this
and-
is where I'm always transparent and I talk about it because it needs to be talked about because a lot of that still happens. People worrying about the whole black culture. Oh, we ain't here, but you not even marrying the black sisters.
Hello.
And I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? You talk about I'm one of them. I was one of them.
But listen, this is I'm gonna give you a pass because when you said that, I'm thinking of just black in general, right?
Right.
If she Muslim, man, she get a pass, cuz.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
That's deep.
No.
What you say? What you
as
say?
you get older, no.
I mean, I think that I think I'm black, man, and obviously
I'm always black too.
Hey, say what you got. Don't be scared.
I'm being honest. Like, I mean, I prefer black Muslim.
Right.
That's what
All
I prefer.
day.
That's what I prefer.
All day. However, like if you come across Muslims get a pass, man.
I mean,
in my book, but I'm going with I prefer.
You think Muslims get a pass as far as the family dynamic? All Muslims?
I think
what you mean?
I mean, as far as building that, so we come from a society that has been trying to dismantle the black family for a long.
What you had some
time.
Wheaties today, man? You came with your A game, dog. Listen, these questions, bro.
First of all,
I've been over here in shock for the past 15 minutes, dog.
It's B.Mcfly, so I had to come with the A game.
Listen.
Hey, listen. I'm a all around. You know what I'm saying? I'm a well-rounded guy.
Well-rounded.
Hey, this is the thing. African Americans are in the most unique position in the world.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I understand what you're saying. Muslims absolutely get a pass, but from a survival standpoint,
Right.
I think it's imperative that, based on my preferences, I think it's imperative that you have to ensure our cultural survival because nobody else in the world is in the same position that we in. Nobody. You can read about it. You can study it. We are one of the only we not immigrants,
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And we not indigenous.
I agree. I totally agree.
So when I look at it, we not comparing apples to apples when it comes to other cultures. We have some specific needs.
We not even apples oranges. We apple orange, mix and all that. Some people more apple, some people more orange.
So when it comes to those things, if anybody telling you, it's no cut, like it's crap. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. It's no color. It's no this. It's no that. And it's not to say that anybody, one group is better than the other. As African Americans in this country, we have specific needs, specific agendas, and things that it's just different.
I totally agree.
So, and that's, I'm not even gonna qualify it, but I'm just like, that's my opinion on it.
I totally agree, right? Like I don't, my preference has always been brown, dark, right? I'm here to tell y'all that right now. However, when I think of Islam, right, a lot of women in America are not, black women are not, it's Muslim.
The situation with T.I. and his son,
Yeah.
So just a little real quick, basically, T.I.'s son, I think King is his name, is having these identity issues, that we kind of touching on, right? He come from a privileged family, but he want to identify with the streets. He want to, say stuff in his raps. And I just think it's so many levels to that, to that particular problem when it comes from being a father to being a son, to rap culture, to how we glorify, the bad kid and all of those things. So it's a very relevant conversation and topic. So, and I just think that it's just like very indicative of where we at now.
Y'all got older kids, so I got a 3-year-old.
So I got an 18-year-old son who he ain't grow up nothing like us.
Okay, right.
Listen, he ain't never had Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He opened the refrigerator when he want.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You said like
going outside, got to fight. You don't know what's going on.
I don't even know if he ain't never caught the bus.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
I got siblings like that. They told me, I said, are you gonna catch the bus? She said, my little sister was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
So,
but my father agreed with it, but he made me catch the bus at 12. It didn't matter what age I was. Go catch the bus. I'll see you later.
Yeah, that's why.
Come in the house before them lights turn on. That's all I had to do. It didn't matter what I did outside. Come in the house before the lights turn on.
So how do you relate to, you see what I'm saying, like a situation like that, or a kid that's like trying to be in a space and it's like, yo, like bro, like you ain't from this, like you ain't from the streets.
I mean, he just said something like that.
Well, my son definitely not from the streets, but he had a taste of it, like as far as just going to my father's block on Olive Street. Like, you can see certain things, right? However, we got to understand the psychological aspect of it, right? It's everywhere. Like, being a bad guy, you getting more looks, you getting more whatever. Our women are over here doing what they're doing. So it's like, well, and then I seen my father, as I got older, I probably did my own research, seen my father do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, you know what? I like this lifestyle. Kids mimic more than they listen. I don't care if you have a great kid or a kid that's just like outrageously bad. Kids mimic. So like when I seen my grandparents drinking, I'm sitting back like, yo, y'all drinking and laughing.
Y'all having fun.
I want to drink and laugh too. I want to smoke and talk my ish too, right? So that's the part right there where we have to understand the mental health issue, right? The identity crisis. But then on the flip side, it's like, what make you never been battle tested.
Right.
When if my child told me he's standing on business, is this content or is this content for the people, or are you really saying you standing on business?
He really said he was standing on business.
No, but see, I know, but see, right after the hurrah hooray, now y'all come out with a podcast talking about rap and all of that.
Side note, he's standing on business in a football clubhouse at the stadium. See, did y'all notice that he was in a stadium in a clubhouse?
I know where he was at.
Yeah, he was at a clubhouse in a club. You know how expensive it is in a clubhouse.
So you gotta so not to cut your wisdom, but you gotta think of this, right? I remember me and my son had a face off, and I told my son, I don't want to put my hands on you,
but I will.
But if this is the time that this is where you want to like find out, then I guess it's only you. It's only you and I. We the only ones that live here,
right?
So if this is the time where you feel like, okay, now I'm about to see how big my uts is. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how.
Go on us.
Yeah, you're right. All right, well, let's do it then. Don't hit the wall, though, because they don't hit back.
How'd you feel in that?
It
in that
hurt
situation?
me. It hurt me. It hurt me, but I had to understand that you can't disrespect a man's house when I pay all the bills and I'm taking care of you and all of those things. I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill you. I want to heal with you.
Right.
You do need healing, but it's not working. Me being nice is not working to you.
Right. In the black society, right, you got...
He chose the right path. He chose not to just put that out there.
Well, I chose the wrong path. I was terrified of my father at 13.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
I
saying,
didn't
okay,
try my father until I got my growth spurt and everything. I just really was like, yeah, that's why at 17, I was like, man, I'm a grown man right here. Like, what you gonna do? My father put me through a wall.
Oh, wow.
Like, he put me through a wall. He was like, who you talking to? Boom. My father big.
I think part of the challenge is, especially for fathers, trying to impress the right things on their son.
Yeah.
I mean, and just children in general, is being able to get them to learn and get these valuable lessons, but not from the negative trauma that we got them from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the dilemma, right? How do I get you to be this person that I want you to be, but use positive triggers instead of negative triggers?
So do y'all feel like society for black men, y'all feel like they let us be children?
Well, this is the thing. It's a psychological warfare that the peanut gallery's not going to get it. You got to think past your height or the message is going to go over your head. The game plan is to dismantle black men in every aspect of life. They're making jail cool. You can go to jail and I can get on the phone. I'm showing that I'm playing video games. I'm showing that I got money. I'm showing that I'm living in jail. You may not say, I want to go to jail and be like them. But psychologically, you're saying, man, listen, whatever happens, I go to jail. I go to jail and I make it work.
Right.
Stand on business by not going to jail.
Right.
So back to that topic, it's like the women are going against us. We die for our women. They don't even understand that. During 2020, a bunch of black men have died in the hands of police officers. I'm not saying black women didn't die. Even going back to 1963, when you're looking at the Black Panthers, we went to war by protecting our people. Even now, we get hit with, I gotta watch myself with y'all too, not literally. We are going against each other because somebody might be bigger, stronger, somebody got more money, somebody might look more handsome. So now we got to go against that. The post-traumatic slave disorder. I don't like you, you don't like me. Well, why we don't like each other? I don't know why.
Right.
You can rob me, you can kill me, you can set me up, you can do whatever. All right, now I got past y'all. I got to deal with white racist people. I got to deal with the fact that I probably can't get the job that I want. I graduated from Lincoln University, but this is a woman right here, nice body, she's pretty, and it's a guy that's a director. He don't want a black guy like me to be in there. He want her. So I got to deal with that. I got to deal with the fact that my co-parent might make my kids go against me indirectly, right? Because sometimes they do more damage than damage control. And when a man try to step up and be a man, it's time for the emasculation. It's time for the dismantling. Oh, you're yelling too much, or you're being too strong, or you need more patience. And it's just like, yo, this is why black men die early. Because nobody hears the pain with us. We are raised to be black warriors. We got to show no fear, show no pain, and deal with everything. But when we having conversations like this, when you're doing the check-in and it's like, yo, I ain't feeling good today at all.
Right.
I feel like ucking somebody up. I feel like shooting. I want to go to war.
I remember when Gucci Mane got out, right? And he was on the Breakfast Club. And I'm listening to him, right? And he said, I was feeling homicidal.
Yeah.
I said, man, it's deep, because if somebody is feeling suicidal, it's a mental health issue.
You feeling homicidal.
But
you just
what about
violent.
people that's feeling homicidal?
Bro, I suffer. When I got into that shootout, January the 31st, how many days in the month of January? 31, right? When that man came to me the first time, I knew he had mental health issues. When he came to me a second time, he was literally coming to kill me with a knife. Right? And I'm sitting back thinking, like, I can do him in right now.
Right.
I want to. But the leader is going to look at it as, well, it's clear as day he got mental health issues. He didn't attack you, right? So now the third time is the charm. Now he did try to attack me.
Right.
And now I'm feeling in the back of my mind like,
I should have got
this
rid of him.
positive-ish.
Right.
Nobody cares about nobody being positive.
Right.
I want to go to war with everybody.
Right.
Because this is where I come from.
Right.
Just cultural perspective and how we talk about like these different mental health issues, what's acceptable and what's not. You know, like I said, like it's all kind of support for, you know, and I'm not making light of suicide or anything like that.
No.
What about somebody that's feeling homicidal? You know what I mean? And because in that interview, Gucci was like, "Yo, I'm glad I went to jail because I was very homicidal. I would have killed." You know what I mean? I would have killed somebody.
I mean, the drugs that you taking, so that's why, like, we have to understand this, right? Not only it starts in the gut, and then from the gut to the mind. When you're born, it's the mind. I mean, it's still the gut because whatever your parents is feeding you, now that's all. You taking all that poison. If they feeding you nothing but poison, you taking all that poison in, right? And then that triggers the mind to do some other crazy stuff along with drugs.
Alongside of that, even when the parents trying to do good, you got food deserts in the hood. You know, everything ain't no organic nothing.
I was raised off of corner stores and Chinese
bro.
food.
I got a boy. Shout out to my barber. My man said he ain't never eat a fruit a day in his life.
Yeah. I mean, we wasn't
Like,
fruit costs too much.
Nah, I mean, wait, run that.
You heard what he never ate a fruit in his life.
Wow.
No, but fruit
But
costs
that's
too
a
much
desert.
though.
That's a food desert because you got the corner store with the candies, with the everything. You know, you got the chips, you got this. But going to an actual grocery store and getting like high organic food that don't got a lot of, you know, GMO and all that other stuff in it, high sodium. You talking about Oodles and Noodles?
I hate oodles.
Bro,
I hate oodles.
Yo, wallahi, yo, I made up my mind that I'm not eating oodles. Bro, listen. Look.
I hate it.
Yo, he'll tell you. My kids had a cabinet in my crib where I know about because they snuck Oodles and Noodles in my crib, dog.
So I grew up on, even though
We all did.
We grew up on it.
Crazy thing is, and this is where that mindset. Even though I really grew up a privileged kid, my dad became a millionaire, my brother became a millionaire. We still had that hood mentality as far as the food.
Right.
We grew up on Oodles and Noodles and hot dogs.
I hate Oodles and Noodles with a passion. When I was in jail, Oodles and Noodles taste like steak and potatoes.
Hold on. Was your commissary hot? Did you have big commissary?
Yeah.
So they was putting something on your book.
Yeah. I'm listen, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think everybody commissary. People don't support you when you're going after your dream. Right. They support you when you in your worst. It's like, yo, think about it. Like we have a group chat, right? And it's like a jail group chat, and we try to put money up to help everybody out, right? And I'm like, why don't we all put money up to help me out? They're not doing nothing with that money in there.
I made a joke. I made a skit about that. They was like, yo, free my man this, and he ain't do nothing. He's supposed to be I'm like, what do you do? And he was like, nah, he ain't do nothing, but he kidnapped the person, held him hostage, blah, 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 held him in the basement. They like, keep that Negro in jail. He needs to be.
Right.
Do you feel as though the community helps in engaging with the youth in order to keep them afloat?
No. Let me tell you something. Having a program and having people run a program is totally different. We can make up a program right now called
Facts.
All for the Youth, right?
Yeah, Muslims with attitude.
Yeah, or Muslims with attitude. I like that.
Yo, first of all,
this guy's
somebody is called Muslims with attitude. And
No lie, for real?
I don't probably.
No, somebody will make that up
MWA?
for sure. MWA, Muslims with attitude.
So listen, right? We can come up with a program and it got an ill acronym and all of that.
Right.
But the people that's running it could be full of ish.
Right.
The people that's running it have no knowledge. The people that's running it got half a foot in. It's a lot of community people that got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If you look at the programs that's in Philadelphia, it's not about the people coming home from jail that make up all these programs. A lot of them were getting money. And now they got that respect from the get money. He was a real one. Now he trying to change the community. He has a following. These people be halfway in, halfway out.
There's people that's good at getting funding for programs, and there's people that's great at actually having an impact. You know,
and there be some dry haters. So you don't want to. The person with the impact, the person like I speak on drug addiction and mental health. 9 times out of 10, every kid is on drugs. Why? That's not a tackle. Oh, I got this program where we can feed them. Right, we can feed them and we try to give them a trade and we got this and we got that and we fed them and fed them.
Two things that people actually, unfortunately, especially leaders in the Muslim community, everybody want to talk about the dunya, but nobody want to bring up sex, drugs, and drinking, like and partying. Everybody want to talk about the dunya, but nobody want to talk about like what that dunya look like. For Muslims, the dunya, or in Arabic, the dunya is this life. Like we believe in different parts of life, but the dunya is what we live in right now. So if anybody wants to know who's not Muslim what the dunya is this life that we live in right now.
But the way we use it speaks more to the negative parts of this world.
Absolutely.
So it is this world, but in particular we using it in the context to
Like
mean
bad.
like the negative parts.
Basically
of
a little part of hell.
of what you can get in this life.
A little part of hell when it's really just this life. Like, everybody got to struggle. Everybody got the dunya. Your dunya could be a great life. Because what are you preparing for?
It looks like us.
But I'm saying, like, you got a lot of black kids who really don't even understand what the dunya is.
Not to cut your wisdom. I just want to get this one off real quick. It's a thin line between I'm doing the right thing and I'm faking doing the right thing, right? A lot of people in Philadelphia will kind of like use a tactic. They're very it's like they're cleverly dumb to a person that's intelligent.
Right.
But like I said, the peanut gallery, the people or the kids that's looking up, that's like, yo, listen, you still be talking about this, that, and the third, but you talking about peace in the street. Like, which one is he?
Right.
So guess what? I'm going to follow the one that's like trying to get the money at the end of the day. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you kind of touched on something that we were going to move into about just influencers, the power that people have that have an audience and how they use that power.
This is everything is a business. And you don't want to lose relationships, and you want people are still carrying the agenda indirectly. And I don't care what motivator you can name. I don't care what influencer you can name. If they are not transparent about things that they need to work on, then don't believe them.
Right.
I'm going to say this again. If a person gets on social media, always telling you what you need to do, always telling you what needs to be done, always calling out people, always telling people what they're doing perfect, right? And they never said, you know what, man, I want to have a transparent moment, man. I need to stop gambling.
Right.
I want to have a transparent moment. I need to stop chasing sex.
That ain't happening.
You want to know why that's not going to happen? Because it's one of those things where you're going against the agenda. Like I said before, I get on here and tell people, yo, I'm getting tested for STDs. The first thing a person gonna say is, oh, who you was having sex raw? No, what I'm doing is showing you that a lot of our kids are dying from, all types of diseases. A lot of our kids are catching chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, all type herpes, and nobody's talking about this.
Yep.
When I get on here and say, yo, I got a bank account that's in the negatives right now. So if you going through pain, let me be transparent so you can heal quietly.
Right.
Everybody's always thinking that, oh, whoa, it's only me because don't nobody want to say nothing. So let me be transparent.
Right.
So you can heal.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
I had to learn everything on my own, most of that stuff.
Yeah.
Most of what the Dunya was. Yeah. I really had to learn all that stuff on my own.
So one of the things that I look at, when it comes, I'm always like, where's your base?
Yeah.
Where are you doing your work at?
Right.
Like, are you impacting your community?
Hello.
Are you doing work to the people closest to you? I do way more than what I talk.
Right. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like this dude, I appreciate him because he like, no, you need to get out there.
Right.
But I do way more than when I talk. And I'm a fan of different motivators and different influencers. And, the message resonates with me. Mm-hmm. But what I'm looking at is like, what are you really doing?
Right.
Like, where you working at? Where your base at? Where have you got this great plan and all these thoughts and ideas around improvement and what needs to happen? Well, where are you doing them at?
I don't like to go to Kensington and because that's a different fight, right? I could go to Kensington and feed the homeless. I could go to Kensington and tell them to get off of drugs, and I want to do that. But that's a fight. I got to fight with the what do you call that? The state. Right, like because the state is allowing them to do that. My focus is on people who are suffering with an identity crisis, on people who are like, I really want to stop doing what I'm doing. I know it's wrong. Not the person that's like, yo, I'm a demon, and it ain't no stopping me. Right. And not the person that's like, yo, listen, I'm so far gone. These people keep allowing me to do these things. I'm gonna keep doing it. The point that I'm trying to make is this: don't give me a half job. I'm in schools and I hate event influencers. Oh, we got an event today and we saying something positive. You're speaking to the choir.
Right.
No, the reason why I got into a shootout because I'm going against the agenda and you can see me in the hood. My feet be on the ground, going to a corner store, going to a black-owned store, a black-owned restaurant. I'm talking about I am actually seen by myself. Not walking, not the cameras on me, not walking with the, no, I'm teaching. I'm on my block teaching.
Exactly. And I remember seeing you coming right out the strip club that night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And don't get me wrong, I got my shortcomings. I'm telling you, bro, listen, I'm here to tell you this right now. I am like the closest, I don't care who you name. Ain't none of them dudes is transparent, man. Yeah. Ain't none of them. I don't care what motivator you name. They can say real things that make you feel good.
Right.
I don't care what intelligence. Man, if these guys are not transparent, don't believe them.
But transparency that's a war, especially for it's a scary thing.
How can I tell you what and what not to do if I'm not transparent about me?
Right.
And what I need to work on, my shortcomings.
It's different levels when it comes to like what you do, right? Yeah. And I think the level past being a motivator or motivation is transformation.
Yeah.
So you want to reach and touch people in a way where it's transformative, right?
Yeah.
Because motivation is this thing that, once you detach from it,
it's like,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think what we go for is transformation. You do it in your way. A lot of different people have different ways to try to help, but really engaging in transformative experience is what, is where the real impact is.
What's your dream to really transform into? Like who is Brandon, but who is also Brandon McFly? In your ideal dream, in your ideal space, who is Brandon McFly?
Well, the goal to me, all right, so to me, I am a person that I'm a sober messenger.
Okay.
Along with being a sober messenger, I am a person that's transparent. So in order to be transparent and sober, you have to like you got to tap into that diamond.
Right.
Right. And once I tap into my diamond, I get it. Poor people respect money.
Right.
And my goal is to utilize my talent to get the money so now I can be heard and now I can help out. Think about it like this, right? Why do you think all rich people don't come together and build a hospital? Like we talking about, I hear Shaq say how much money he have. I hear Meek say how much money he have. And the most that people do is say, I do help out. I give charity. I'm here. I'm there. I'm doing this and that and the third. But why don't we come together and build a hospital, build a school, build things that's like really can really help us? Because doctors are one of our worst enemies. Why? So that's my goal. My goal is to make as much money as I can to be a Huey P. Newton.
Right.
I want to. That's my goal.
Huey P. Newton. Okay.
Yeah, and, you know, make sure because drugs kind of like took over him when he got locked up.
Right.
But he was the most intelligent black man. He had heart to fight. He was intelligent. He was fair. I mean, it was just so much about him, and I want to be that or and more.
You feel as though the Huey Newton of that time would have thrived a lot better in this time because he had a lot of. I'm
gonna tell you this.
Boy, they was after him every day.
Listen. Shout out to your Fred Hampton. Rest in peace. He's another. Like I'm talking about. 21 years old. We look at a 21-year-old now, and look at a 21 Fred Hampton, and he walking around Chicago, going to gang members and saying, "Yo, listen, this is the type of time we on." So to answer your question, without social media, without the technology, without the internet,
he was hitting them.
What? So imagine with that now. But see, people are selling not only their souls,
facades though.
It's like money is power.
Right.
And a person will listen to you and say you saying the most realest ish, but he got the money.
Absolutely.
And he's saying real ish, but he kind of like contradicting himself, but he got the money, so I'm gonna flow with you. And that's what I'm fighting with. It's a lot of gatekeepers out here. It's a lot of gatekeepers out here. There's a lot of people that throwing people under the bus. Don't nobody want to see people really speak on the agenda, man.
So to kind of like start to wrap it up a little bit. One of the things we kind of touched on, and this kind of lead into it. We kind of touched on like leadership in Philly.
Yeah.
And that was something that you was real passionate
It's
about.
none.
You said what?
I don't think it's really none for real.
Like as far as
I think
from a political perspective, from a social media, like
politically, I mean, you got to be politically correct. When it's time for political people to run for office, this is when they come out and do what they do. If I was a person that ran and controlled, like if I was the mayor, like, come on, I'm being the mayor and this is my city. Do you know the things that I can do when this is my city? But I don't know if I'm politically correct because that's a different type of war. Community leaders are different.
How you feel about the community leaders as far as Islamically, even in the church?
I mean, I feel like. So my take on it is that, you know, it's cliche, but I really feel like the people have the power. You organize your block. Trust me, politicians is coming to you. Right. You organize your block, politicians is coming to you. We don't have a direct democracy.
Right.
You know what I mean? We have a representative democracy.
Yeah.
So we essentially give the power away and hope that
they hold it down for us.
I hope you do. Yeah. And for real, I can't really even hold you accountable. You see what I'm saying? Because you win.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I think that some of that responsibility is on us to utilize and yield the power that we have.
I told people to meet me down 440. That's the Philadelphia School District.
I was about to say it was 440.
Yeah, it's the Philadelphia School District. In order for us to get the kids, we need us in the school districts. Not typical teachers bringing our education, bringing our experience, bringing our credibility inside these schools, dress like us, so they can see that you can still be fly, be cool without going to jail.
But you gotta want that for your kids more than anything.
No, but at the end of the day, even if you don't want it for your kids, they still going to school. So somebody else can want it for them.
I'm not talking about us as far as parents. I'm talking about them as far as the whole community, like education organization.
Well, education is the pipeline,
right?
So I know I can go on, man. We
Right,
can
yeah, we
for
can
like
go
2
on.
hours.
I got a couple Philly questions for you.
Good.
Yeah, a couple Johns.
A couple Jones, man. Stop drawing, bro. Like for real, you drawing.
That's
right
actually
now.
one of them. Your
Okay.
favorite Philly slang word.
Oh man, woo. Let me see. Ah man, wow.
Listen,
You
you use ball, drawn, John,
but that's like
What y'all say I was?
Joe.
Joe.
But Joe now, this boy is definitely Joe. Dog.
yeah.
Oh my,
I'm a little Joe too,
bro. Listen,
I'm a little Joe too.
we be out. He talk to everybody. He's smiling. I'm like, bro.
Yo,
Oh, a happy person, bro. I love people, bro. He
Listen.
over here talking like, yeah, I love people.
We out, man.
If I would talk to the homeless man and know his whole
No.
life by the end of it.
He go out of his way.
No, that's my man Harold right there. Yo. Harold.
Bro, I'll be like,
He be
he go out of his way to make conversation. I'll be like, nigga.
nah, I ain't mad at you, man. Yeah, like typical words like that. But I felt like it was something else. I remember I hated the word cannon. But what's up,
It was like,
cannon?
it was
Hold
a brief.
on. Now, y'all has a real, in this day and age, the pause just came out, but y'all had busting on people. Like, what?
Yeah, busting was that
So-
was crazy.
so
yeah,
listen,
busting was,
listen.
yeah, that was crazy.
I
Busting
still
was-
say it.
yeah,
He be
yeah.
like, pause.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, yo, we was busting. He
Yeah,
all
we
right,
busting
bro.
on it. Yeah, that, yeah.
Right.
Yo, we
Yo,
he said it, and
he-
I'm like,
listen,
what did you say?
This happened today. We was at the crib. We talking about this show.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like, you
serious
know,
comment, we
I'm like,
busting on
yeah,
each
we're
other.
gonna
I
be
said,
busting
yo,
on each other. He like, pause.
What did you say? Pause.
Yo,
I love it, yo. I love it, yo. That's
my folks jumped in on it. She like, he right. That's
yo,
definitely a pause.
hey, yo.
Exactly. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yo, what do you? Don't say that. I say,
No, but John might be the number one.
John?
Yeah, because John is for everything.
It's for everything.
And now everybody using it now.
I got it.
New
I
York-
got another one. Here we go. Since y'all from Philly, where the best Philly cheesesteak at?
Oh man, you got Jim's. You got the what's that word? Delilios.
He's Salafi, so he don't know.
Delisandro's.
What is it called?
Delisandro's you talking about.
Delisandro's.
D'Alessandro?
Yeah, Angelo's.
Yeah,
There's a couple
There's
Jones.
a couple
that-
Jones.
yeah.
Y'all like Lazaro's?
What is that? Where the hell is that? He just making up something.
All right, look. He trying to pick up on the joint. He trying to steal my question. He don't even know I ain't write the questions down. 'Cause he
Okay.
over there
I literally tried to look over and like
Listen,
I'm trying to be
look,
in it,
look,
but no. Hold on. Lazaro's is a real place. though.
Lazaro's is on
It's
South
on,
Street.
it's on
Oh,
South,
is it?
Yeah,
it's on
yeah,
South and
yeah.
17.
They got pizza with sweet sauce.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm done. I ain't gonna be eating that for a while, so I'm good.
He on crackers, bro. You know that.
Yeah.
Sleeve of crackers.
Sleep.
Sleeve with crackers.
Look, all right, look. Hoagie or cheesesteak?
That's tough.
I ain't gonna
You see
lie
how
though.
aggressive he got with
Yo,
that? He said,
Listen,
yo,
I feel
you-
like hoagies is dying out though.
Listen, not where I go. Not where I used to go get
you-
it.
where you going, though?
It's right, man. It's downtown where I used to live at, man. So
somebody put me on.
Boar's Head lunch meat. Pause. Boar's Head.
He's like, I'm gonna play it safe and say pause out here.
Pause.
So
Yo, wait.
hoagie or
Boar's-
cheesesteak?
I'm gonna say cheesesteak for the
Nah,
for the.
I can't-
but
I
it's-
can't-
it's-
I'm not gonna
but
pick.
hoagie,
Look,
a hoagie, a
It
good
depends
hoagie.
on the
I don't
day,
know if
though.
you remember the joint on 52nd and Race.
That's what.
Yo, they hoagies used to be
What?
that work, bro. Them Jones was
I go
crazy.
front. How about a sandwich,
What's
yo?
that joint
A
on
sandwich
Market
is a good.
in 60th or something like that? What's that joint? 52nd in Market.
What exactly
What-
are you
yeah,
talking about?
what's because there's a couple joints out
It's
there.
it's
He
across
don't-
street from the
He
gas station. What's
he just
that
want
joint
he
called?
want to
Ain't
be
no gas
included.
station on
He just want to
52nd
be
and Market,
included,
yeah.
bro.
It is.
Hill.
Nah, 52nd
He's talking
Market.
about Cottons.
Cottons. That's what it was.
He's
What is
talking
that?
about Cottons.
What place is that?
You remember where Big George used to be at?
Oh,
Is
you
it
talking about
52nd?
further? You talking about further down?
Yeah, like
okay,
Spruce or something.
okay, yeah.
52nd and Spruce.
Yeah,
Right. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
I'm not from Philly.
No, because I thought you trying to be funny. That's what you said.
Nah,
Trying to be
I'm
down.
I'm not trying to be funny.
This last one. I'm just thinking about water ice. What's the water ice or the ice cream truck?
Nah,
I don't even want to say the name of the ice cream truck. I don't want this.
What's the ice cream truck? What's the ice cream truck called, bro?
No, I'm gonna go water ice with the pretzels.
So
Cheese
in
pretzels
Baltimore,
with salt. Cheese pretzels with the salt and the water ice. Oh my god.
we had snowballs.
What?
Yeah, we had snowballs with the egg custard.
Bro, cut it
Yeah,
out.
that just was fire. With the marshmallow joint.
We are known. You know that. You
Hey,
don't-
shout out to Sadiq's.
Oh yeah,
Sadiq, my man.
Shout out to Sadiq.
No, I haven't went down there and got a water ice. You know what? No. I want to know. I want to talk to Sadiq real quick because why every time I went down there,
Yeah, Sadiq. What's up?
you're closed, sir.
What's up, dog?
And then you're opening up like around 4 o'clock.
Hey, this boy on his Keith Lee right now.
You know what I'm saying?
He giving
He
it.
said, he get the. I'm gonna give this a 5 real quick.
Right. Hey, man, appreciate you coming out.
Nah,
man.
man, I had fun.
Third party
B.Mcfly,
podcast.
appreciate you,
Hey,
champ.
man, he was bringing that, man. You bought this dude, man.
You brought the seriousness.
Y'all must have
Serious,
talked beforehand, yo.
You brought the shit. First of all, Nate, our producer, shout out to Nate.
Shout out to Dave.
Yo,
the
the
whole-
boy Nate up though.
Bro, because he really got on me about the whole thing. And then a few other people was like,
Yo, you playing around too much?
because I'm a big kid. So when you really bring that joint out, it's like, all right, cool, yo, you can bring it out, but we tired of seeing the kid all the time. Like, you gotta bring some serious. So I said today, I'm like, all right, cool.
Bro,
now this man
unbeknownst to me.
You know what I'm
Unbeknownst to
saying?
me.
I said I'm coming, pause, raw and authentic.
Hey, man, third party podcast.
Appreciate you.
God, yo,
We locked in
amazing.
episode 3.
With the amazing Brandon Chastang, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Love
Hey.
you too, brother. Thank you. Can you say that?
Can you say what?
Say love you too.
Why?
Because you know that.
I love y'all brothers.
There you go.
All right, what's
That's all you had to
wrong
say.
with that, man?
Why don't you say it in the flow of it?
I can't with this dude, man. I can't with him, yo.